and welcome, you amazing person. My name is Rob, I'm the Manic Gaming Guy. Today, we're going to be playing some more of the Automation the Car Company Tycoon game, where we're going to be carrying on with a bit of a series I'm doing of some beautiful high detail. At the moment, you may want to go watch the first video of this, where we first put in our props that we wanted to move, and then gave them some code so that it may move. We have working handbrakes, working steering, working active wing, working pop-up headlights, working dashboard, working clutch, brake and accelerator. If you do want to know how to do that, just check in the video in the playlist that's before this one, and it will talk about all this sort of stuff. For you to be able to follow along in today's video and further videos of this series that I'm doing to help you make your cars look super amazing, you will need to go into Steam and go into your automation, right click, go down in your settings, and you'll have to choose the beta version of this. If I can, I will try and show you a little bit of back-end B-roll in me talking here, and that will show you exactly the order you need to do things. If you're not willing to do this, unfortunately, you're not able to carry on. There will be a few bugs and issues, but you also will be mostly up to date with what's going on. So, without further ado, let's carry on. So now I'm going to presume you've already got this far. You've got your car, you've tuned it up, you've given it some cool steering and, you know, stats and all that sort of stuff. It's looking nice, but you want to make it look beautiful. You want to make it look as well as it handles. So, that's why you're watching this video. We've already got our moving props in. They're roughly in a place where you would expect them to find them. My car obviously is right-hand drive. Feel free to make yours left-hand drive. Does not matter where you put these props. They will still do the same job. So, what do we do next when we're at this stage? Now, I think most people, me included, would tend to start on the outside and make the car look very cool. Which is fine. This is not a problem. We can all do that. But, depending on how crazy you go, you'll find that most of the time when you're doing the interior, you'll want to push the body button and give yourself a good look without the body. But all your fixtures are still there. So if you wanted to get certain angles, they'll just be in the way. Obviously, you've got Ghost View, which did not work then. Oh, Ghost View. Oh, yes, of course, it's that button, isn't it? Yeah, it makes it view on a different part of the car. Okay, yeah, not a problem. And Ghost button is Control C, was it? No, Shift C. Yeah, and you get Shift C, you can fly around and then get closer detail. Or top tips from your man, Manic Gaming Guy. And then obviously Shift C to get back in. And obviously we do have actually rotate camera buttons up here, in, out, and shift it to a proper profile, shift it to the front profile. We've got the top profile. We've got spin it round. Uh-oh, I've just broke it. Uh-oh, go back to normal. Okay, there we go. Didn't break it. Reset camera. Lovely. So don't forget about those. Hide camera control buttons. We don't need them at the moment. We also got some buttons down here, which I didn't talk about, which will just basically make things disappear, like I did with the body. Or you can choose just the bonnet to disappear. Chassis itself, which is probably not a bad shout, because you can make the chassis disappear in advanced trim settings, which we'll talk about a different day. We're going to leave that for now, or just jump into it here and there when we need to. The engine, obviously, and you can make the car go up and down. We're going to leave it down for now, and also we can make the whole thing just disappear completely. Now it's floating on the floor though, so I don't want that. Wait, stay down. And we also got these settings. We can make the windows less transparent. I'm going to leave it like this when I get to the main export. But when you're doing the car, sometimes you might want to just make it completely clear so you can see through without any distractions. But I would make it 100% clear. You want to know when the window is for when you start doing your dashboard and your wing mirrors and your lights and what are they called? Sun visors, because you don't want them popping through. So you want to make sure you can see stuff. And obviously you can test your steering angle here. We've got a bit more lower we can go. There's definitely a bit of a gap if we wanted to drop the stance of this car. Oh, we can't go lower there, but we can go lower in these settings. If we go to advanced trim, we can actually go to our body height, and the rear height's already dropped apparently by 3, a bit random. And now the front one's dropped by 3, and then obviously you would go back into your steering, and just give it a little wiggle, and you can see how trimmed it is. Obviously high compression, that will probably be bouncing through the car depending on the load of angle. Actually no, I think we're right. Full lock, we've still got some gap, so yeah, so there's a little bit of tippage for you. Don't forget to use it. Okay, I got to put that wheel back to normal because it will hurt my eyes if it's not. So we're actually taking a bit of time here. I'm sorry, to get into the actual main part of the tutorial, which is where I'd start inside the car. So obviously just give you a few tips. When the chassis size is done the same way, I always bring that right down and make my own chassis tunnel. So let's get going. I want to first go on to interior 3D. I'm going to start the car inside out. I'm going to be doing the center console and the dashboard first, because that is what makes sense. And we'll see how far that gets us, and then we'll maybe input some more details. Now for the center console, you may have downloaded your own mods that you want to just drag in and fit, or you may just click on the BeamNG ones that are already in there. I'm going to try and stick to vanilla as much as possible when they've got the piece I need. So ideally you want to be putting this dead center, have your snap on, your center lock on. Go to arrows. I'm going to make sure my snap angle is on. Make this a 3D item. Get rid of the roof now. Right, so that's not actually what I want, is that piece. So I'm going to go, it's nothing what I want actually, nothing like what I want. We've got this one, that will hold a gear stick, I guess. It's okay. There's a really nice one. See, this one will hold a gear stick there and a handbrake. So I'm going to go for that one. I've not used this one for a while. So just go slap that in roughly there. It doesn't matter exactly where it goes now, because when you've got all the pieces in, you're going to be readjusting it. But ideally, you want the gear stick almost level with the steering wheel, just slightly before it. But obviously, we don't know where the steering wheel's going yet, so we can't rely on that 100%. I actually got a mod I'm going to be using for the dashboards. I have no idea how to work out what the mod's called. There you go. There's the... if you need to find this piece yourself because you like it, maybe that will help. Modular dashboard. Control L, click to view in workshop. I'm not going to do that because it will just freak my PC out. But basically, this one's got some top, bottom, and middle dashboard pieces. And I like this one because it's a bit ginormous, isn't it? Don't really want that big. Yeah, that would be quite cool. No, go for the smaller one. I do like this one. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to flip it like that. And then I'm going to make it 3D and turn it around. And I'll show you one of these as I like this one so much. But now I've got no bottom to this. So when I check this pictures, I can make this one invisible. So now we can actually look inside, because most dashboards, they're really far set back, but most of the BeamNG ones, they tend to have some materials in the way, so you can't really set your dials up properly. So I like to just do this. I tend to line the front of the dashboard about in line with wing mirrors would go. Obviously, it wouldn't be before it because you wouldn't see anything, would you? I'm going to have to change the angle a little bit on this, just a little bit, and I could probably plop that in somewhere like that. It does normally come up though, so maybe we go up, and then how about we bring it in a little bit. It's sticking a bit too far out. A little bit of fiddling and faux-ing, and we will get something roughly how we want it. I'm not going to put it right up. It needs to be over there. Can we come in a little bit? I think we have to go come in a little bit. See how it's sticking through the glass? We need to try and fix that, really. I don't want to... Maybe I can bring it in one click. Move it a little bit more up, move it down. Is that going to give me what I want? I think it's I'm coming beyond the glass again, aren't I? I wanted it there. It's got to come this way a bit. Shrink it down a little bit more. See how that looks. Still poking through. Look how... Only other way to do that is fix it, is move it in. But I don't want to move it in too much. I was quite happy with it being about this wide. You've got to think about where the door goes. The door's quite fat. They stick out about here. So You want a little bit of gap between the door and this panel. So I could probably come in a little bit. So probably about that much, I reckon. And then... do I squeeze it? I don't want to squeeze it because it makes that thing a bit smaller. We'll try. And back to moving it. So I think that's probably the best. It's going to let me get away with this certain piece. Obviously, the roof comes in quite a lot. Unless I just keep it low and we'll fill it in. I might have to just go for that one. Keep it low, fill it in. Keep it about there. That looks alright. Change the angle so I've got a bit more angle. I'll get a bit more? No. And then we're going to have to use some dash filler to fill in that gap, which is this little thing here. Quite a fiddly thing. I tend to just put it in place, make it 3D, shrink it down a bit, get it roughly the length I'm going to want it first, and roughly the width I'm going to want it. Get it roughly into place, and then I'm going to... yeah, see, that needs to go more that way. I'm going to try and match the shape best I can. Oh, that would do. Oh, that was intense. That was way too much. Okay, so now change that to plastic. There you go. That's your dashboard covered up. Bit sketchy, but should look alright on the inside, I hope. Anyway, so yeah, we got the dashboard in now. Wasn't meant to take that long. We're going to now hold shift, left click, and we've got a duplicate of this piece. And we're just going to find a middle one that we like the look of. I think there's a simple one like that would do. And we're going to line them up. Where's it going? Oh, there we go. It's sticking out a bit much. We're just going to line them up until we're happy with there they are. Obviously, you can overlap, you can underlap, you can duplicate these, put extra bits of trim in. But for now, I'm just going to make mine a 3-piece one. And then, where's the bottom? Where's the bottom gone? There's the bottom. And you've noticed, oh, it's already flipped for me. That's good because I've been duplicated. Normally, you'd have to flip this piece because it would have the partial shelf bit underneath. I'm just going to move that up into place. You may find it's too high. No, actually, I think I like the angle of that. That's not too bad. But then we're going to open this up and try and envision us using this car. Knees are going to be about here. So you'd have really short legs. So that's not going to work for us. We need to readjust these and get these into a more realistic place. Maybe a bit more higher up. I'm more worried about where the feet in the actual pedals are going to end up rather than the whole look of the mechanics. Because no one's going to see the mechanics in this car. There we go. Something like that. Maybe a bit higher still needed. It looks a bit close to the floor. I can see us having some problems. Why is this chassis not got the normal bit that sticks out? That's a bit strange. Oh, because I've made it invisible, haven't I? And then it doesn't stick up. Oh, that's really clever. Just make it invisible, and then you don't have to worry about that stupid thing that sticks out in that way. Anyway, ignore me. La la la. So now, what I like to do, just for a little bit extra detail, if I can copy this one, hold shift and left click, I've got all the pieces in here as it's already in the right place, just for me to go, right, you're a bit ugly. That one there, that would do. So there's that piece done. Copy that again. And it took me a good few months to find this piece, but a handbrake, which is this one. And then I like to make sure it's pointing off, because you don't want to be driving around with your handbrake on. That'd be silly, wouldn't it? So put the handbrake roughly about there. And obviously, if you want, you can link this handbrake to the same code as this. But I've got it turned off for now. I'm just going to leave it as it is. I don't know the H shifter code. But lovely to work that one out. I'm sure there'll be a way to do it. It'll be like gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, gear 5 maybe. And then you tell the prop where to go for each gear. I don't know. I'm sure you're going to get one code for prop. So I don't know. It'd be a hard one to work that one out. So as we see, we're getting somewhere now, people. The card looking a bit more juicy. I'm going to throw in some carpets and a bit of a footwell jobby. That is going to be... I do sometimes make this all separate pieces, but if you're feeling brave, just try and use one of these. And there's no harm in doing that. Get roughly about where it desires to go. Squeeze them sides in, which is actually the front and back, obviously. I think this looks quite promising. Get to the firewall. There we go. We're going to make it mirrored. We'd only have to build one of them. And we can stretch that out to touch. Is that what we do? Yeah, we'll stretch it out to touch. And that's looking pretty good so far. And you're thinking there's lots of pipes and stuff showing. Yeah, well, that's automation for you. For some reason, the exhaust pipe's going through the floor. We're going to have to try and hide that, or we can just make it invisible in these settings. We can go to engine, we can go to this. No, visibility, and then we can find stuff in here and make it completely disappear. Exhaust is one of them. Where are you? Airbox, intake, force induction, headers, valve covers. I'm sure you're in here somewhere. Use basic chassis, hide engine, top end, bottom end, airbox. Have I got more? I'm sure exhaust was on here before. I know we can change the size of the exhaust. Maybe that's what we need to do. Because then you can find exhaust. That's something. Exhaust. And we can make the exhaust smaller. Oh, there we go. Exhaust size. So we can actually just make it a bit smaller. If we go too far, it starts doing really stupid things. There we go. And that's hidden a little bit. But what we have done is made the exhaust into like a very tiny thing. But no one sees that. No one's too bothered about that right now. And you can always put a new exhaust on if you want to do a custom exhaust. Why is the drivetrain so high up? It's a bit random. Anyway, rambling on again. You can make me spin round, baby. Spin round like a record player, baby. Is this what I'm looking for? Something like that. So we can do the same with this. We're going to make it 3D and we're going to mirror it. We're going to mirror it. No, and I just actually clicked off it. And we're going to use this to make our own firewall, chassis, tunnel thing. Make sure it's the right lamps. Might have to take this snap off because it's trying to join. There we go. I think that looks pretty tasty. And then we're going to make this a bit lower. We need it to be about there. Very smooth, very stylish, and very quick and easy to do. I recommend maybe some seats now. No, I think keep the seats off. You're going to want to try and make sure all this is all pretty well lined up. And also what we're thinking, does the wheel need to come over? Does the dash is that big, so you want to make the wheel line up with the dash. Which is, I don't know, somewhere about there. And then you want to push Control C. There you go. Come and sit in your car. You want to try and line yourself up that dash much as possible. Look down and go, yeah, okay, they need adjusting. So you want that one probably about there. And you are probably about there. And you are probably about there. This footwell looks quite big, actually. It does look quite big. I suppose we got the door in, though. It won't look as big when you're in there. So we're actually in about the right position for where the camel would sit. We're going to need to move all the dash and gauges first, but maybe I'm going to leave that for now. We'll do that in another video. I think we can just stick some seats in this, and this episode's going to be done. I didn't want to make these too long, you see. So seats, you've got plenty of options for seats. Control Shift again to get back into my lock camera. I feel a bit more comfortable rather than flying around. Gotta get some custom seats. BeamNG got some good seats. There's some race seats. There's some. These are BeamNG. I'll tell you what, we use the BeamNG seats because I don't mind these ones. They do the trick. They've got different ling to these. Just in case you're wondering why I've got two of the same chair. Keep the snap on. And then spin it so it faces forward. Make sure it's actually facing forward. Come on. And then mirror. No, that's not mirror. That was flip. Flip it back. No, flip it again. I'm sure these have got some seatbelt things on them. Have they not? No, maybe I'm bringing back some other seats. I'm going to take that off. Now, my positioning normally is the case of... I definitely want the other ones. Let's see, they've got a bit more ling to them. Yeah, we'll leave it as that. I tend to just put them in line. The wheels in line with the bottom of this, roughly. Because your knees do sit about here and your knees hang off the chair. So it's about here, is my say. And you can put this on. Check here with the B pillar kind of wants to be behind you all times. You don't want to be looking for a B pillar. And then for line it up for the wheel, I would actually bring it up to the wheel first. I didn't do that. And then I'd make sure it feels like it's, you know, it's straight. And then back to where it needed to be, which was about there. Take that off. Check it with the wheel. Beautiful. Beautiful. So there you go. We've got some race seats in there. Still need to put some door panels and other bits in. I think the race seats actually need to be a bit higher. I think that's where they look a bit more natural. So we open it up now. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm not too worried about the floatiness. Now, I wonder if Beam give you bottoms. No, they don't. There are bottoms to put here, but, you know, no one really goes to see them, so you don't have to worry about that small detail. But if you want to go crazy, feel free. Maybe your mod one day will have opening doors, and then you'll be upset they didn't have it. So there we go. I'm going to end this episode here. Keep an eye out for another one, because we're going to be continuously adding to this car until it's almost dev quality perfect. Apart from the fact the doors and the bonnets don't open yet. Maybe one day, though. Maybe one day I'll figure that out, and we can be happy that we've got almost 100% dev quality cars coming out of automation. You know, I've been a Manic Gaming Guy. I hope you've liked this video. Please show your support if you can, and give this video a like or subscribe to the channel if you're hoping to see some more of these videos. And I'll be seeing you in the next one. Keep it real, stay safe, and share the love. Bye-bye.